We're going to take a look at one of my favorite plays that you'll find out of the gun formation out of the Patriots playbook. It's called Pat's Curl Flat. Now this particular play, what I like about this one is you can run it against both man and zone coverage and have some success with it. So let's go ahead and take a look at it really quick here. And as you look at it, what you're going to wind up noticing over towards the right is you got these three receivers that they're all going to wind up being bunched over here. So let's go ahead and take a look at those guys. And they're right in this area here. So we got these three guys all bunched. And if you look at them, what we wind up having is this receiver right here, which happens to be the tight end. What he's going to wind up running is a flat route over towards the right. And against zone coverage, a lot of times my opponent blitzes. That's generally the receiver I'm going to look to throw to in almost every instance. Anytime I see a blitz and I know it's zone and I see him wide open, I'm going right to him. Now, another route that I like out of this particular formation from this particular play happens to be this receiver right here, which is going to be the flanker. Now he's running a little bit of a curl route, but he kind of takes a slant angle route, kind of where he slants out here, and then he winds up curling back towards the quarterback. Now, for me personally, I like to put him in motion. So what I'm going to wind up doing here, as you look at it, I'm actually going to go ahead and send him in motion and snap the ball before he gets set, and that's going to allow me to get him off the line of scrimmage without being jammed. So let's go ahead and do that, and you'll see what I mean here. And we'll just go ahead and snap it there before he gets jammed. And then we just wait till he comes back and curls. And a lot of times you can wind up picking that up and he won't get jammed at the line of scrimmage, making this a pretty effective play as far as attacking man coverage, especially against bump and run man coverage, such as what you're seeing on your screen here. And that's what I like about this play. As long as you time it right and you throw it right as he's curling back, you'll get that result, such as what you're seeing on your screen there. Now let's take a look at this a little bit more in depth from the top-down view just real quick here and take a look at it, because I kind of want to go over a few other things. Now, one other thing that I didn't do that you could do, especially against man coverage, you know your opponent likes to run a lot of man coverage. This receiver out here on the left, he's on the back side. This happens to be the split end. Something you may consider doing with him is putting him on a slant route towards the inside. Just in case your read isn't open towards the right, then you could throw back to him just in case. So for me, this is what I would wind up doing with this play, as I just talked about earlier. You got this guy, which is going to wind up being a tight end. He's running that flat route. Then you have this receiver, which is going to be the flanker. Let's actually make him take more of an angle towards the sideline here. So he's going to kind of go out in this area here, and then he's going to curl back into this area here. So for me personally, the way I would run this play, as far as my options would be, I would look for him first, then I would make my read to this guy second, and then I'd work my way over here, my third read over here. So those would be my three primary reads as far as the way I would run this play against man or zone coverage. And generally, as long as you make the correct read, you should wind up finding one of these guys open and picking up some positive yards with this play. So let's go ahead and just continue through it. And you can see right there, as I talked about earlier, this guy doesn't get jammed at the line of scrimmage by the cornerback that's covering him, and it's going to allow that guy to get off the line of scrimmage without being jammed. And once he curls back, just as he's getting ready to curl back, you can see right there I'm throwing the ball just as he's curling back, and I wind up completing it for a nice gain. So this play is very effective against bump and run man coverage. It can also be ran against zone, and with a lot of success. So the name of the play is called Gun Bunch Pat's Curl Flat.